Go.
Welcome everyone to the last edition of the Greek Chapter Awards. I am Andrew Rash and I proudly serve as the coordinator of Greek Life. Before announcing our award winners, I want to express my appreciation for the hard work chapters put in. Despite COVID-19 disrupting things like Greek Week, the Greek Academic Banquet, and chapter meetings, chapters won more chapter achievement awards, 88, this year than last year, which was 77, and way more than the year before that, which was 58. I believe this to be an all-time record. Aside from doing a phenomenal job with chapter awards, you all have done a masterful job communicating together through Zoom meetings, virtual small group gatherings, and pen pal programs. Great job. I would now like to announce the Randy Bracey Outstanding Advisor Award. This award goes to an individual who best exemplifies the role of advisor for their respective chapter. These advisors exceed expectations, serve vital roles for their organizations, and are role models for their members. The nomination letter for the Outstanding Sorority Advisor Award said about this person: driven, intentional, committed. This is who she is. She is an outstanding advisor, but more importantly, she goes above and beyond for WKU, her community, and her sorority. She is personable with everyone she meets, and her community service is vast. She mentors youth at Broadway United Methodist Church, volunteers for Junior Achievement, and is the advisor for our social enrichment team, in which she assists in the planning of chapter events. The nomination ends with, her advice is full of wisdom. Her goals are defined by passion. She is the definition of WKU spirit, Bowling Green hospitality, and 80 Pi class. It is my pleasure to announce this year's Outstanding Sorority Advisor Award goes to Allie Sharp of Alpha Delta Pi. The nominator for the Outstanding Fraternity Advisor Award wrote, when I first joined the fraternity, the first person I really got to know was our chapter advisor. He would go out of his way to come by the house and meet the new guys. He is a man that wears many hats: repairman, landscaper, closet cleaner-outer. He meets with the executive board every week to make sure everything is running smoothly. The nominee served the Bowling Green Police Department for 21 years, serves on the board of directors for the Barron River Area Safe Space, and has been the Warren County Relay for Life Logistics Chair for the past 12 years, and even drives veterans to the VA hospital to Nashville every month. The Outstanding Fraternity Advisor Award goes to Randy Shockey of Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Our next award is the Howard Bailey Distinguished Service Award. This award honors alumni who are continuing to fulfill their lifetime commitment to their organization and have made an impact on Greek life on a local, regional, or national level. This is the highest award a WKU Greek alumni can achieve. This year's winner was a founding member of his fraternity from 1963 to 1966. While an undergraduate, he served as chapter president, president of the senior class for WKU, and was the first recipient of the Greek Man of the Year in 1966. Our recipient earned his Bachelor of Science at WKU and earned his master's and doctorate at NC State University. Our recipient served as the National Vice President of his fraternity, National Board of Directors, and was recognized as Brother of the Century from his chapter, and was elected into his National Fraternity's Hall of Fame. Career-wise, our recipient was inducted into the NC State University's Academy of Outstanding Teachers, has founded 5 companies, has presented at over 100 conferences, and has over 700 articles and papers published in trade publications and journals. Most incredibly, our recipient's work related to fertility in high-producing dairy cows led to a theory known as the Brit hypothesis, which is still being studied today by people around the world. What an incredible individual. It is with the highest respect that I announce this year's Howard E. Bailey Distinguished Service Award winner to Dr. Jack Britt of Alpha Gamma Rho. We will now move on to the Order of Omega Outstanding New Member Award. This award goes to individuals new to Greek life within the past year who exemplify the values of being Greek, including scholarship, leadership, service, campus involvement, and involvement within their chapter. They are current and upcoming leaders within our Greek community. Before revealing the winners, I want to recognize the outstanding individuals nominated by their chapters. Catherine McAnich, Alpha Delta Pi. Hannah Godby, Alpha Gamma Delta. Sydney Shrewsbury, Alpha Omicron Pi. Sadie Edwards, Alpha Z Delta. Emily Bollinger, Chi Omega. Logan Snyder, Delta Tau Delta. Bailey Shaluta, Delta Zeta. Meredith Meeker, Kappa Delta. Madeline Keeling, Omega Phi Alpha. Jayshawn York, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Madison Miller, Phi Mu. Abigail Cross, Sigma Alpha. Braden Cabrera, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Harrison Snyder, Sigma Chi. Katie Poindexter, Sigma Kappa, and Landon Owens, Sigma Phi Epsilon. I will first announce the sorority winner for this award. The nominators wrote, "She is fierce in all aspects of life. She works hard for herself and for the one she loves. She is an extraordinary sister and extraordinary woman." Within her chapter, she served as Assistant Philanthropy Chair and currently serves as the Cultural Enhancement Chair. Campus-wide, she serves as a Topper Orientation Guide, Admissions Ambassador, and is on the Dance Big Red Committee. The nominators conclude by saying she exemplifies the values of Greek life. Her determination, compassion, and love pushed us to do more and to be more. This year's outstanding sorority new member is Bailey Shaluta of Delta Zeta. The nominators for the Outstanding Fraternity New Member Award wrote the following statement about their brother. 3 adjectives that describe him are bold, leader, and logical. He is bold because of his initiative and resilience in the face of adversity. His leadership comes from his motivation to see a positive light and to make a difference. He is logical in his ability to think of every outcome or possibility in situations where others may be unable to. This individual serves as the vice president of his chapter, served as a resident assistant for Housing and Residence Life, and serves as an ISEC navigator. The nominee has even created a mentorship program in his hometown of Covington, Kentucky. The nominators conclude by saying he is driven and outspoken. He holds the chapter accountable and pushes us to be resilient. This year's fraternity outstanding new member is Jayshawn York of Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated. Congrats to Bailey Shaluta and Jayshawn York for being this year's Order of Omega outstanding new members. We will now move on to the Charlie Pride Spirit Award. This award goes to a member who exemplifies Greek standards and a willingness to serve the Greek community, holds respect of Greek and non-Greek members, and be friendly and outgoing with a strong work ethic. Before announcing this year's winners, I would like to recognize all those nominated by their respective chapters. The nominees represent the best of what this award exemplifies. Our nominees are Dana Brown, Alpha Delta Pi. Haley Rader, Alpha Gamma Delta. Riley Jones, Kappa Delta, nominated by Alpha Omicron Pi. Katrina Stark, Alpha Z Delta. Mariah Morgan, Alpha Z Delta, nominated by Chi Omega. Sabrina Adams, Delta Zeta. Blake Ryan, Farmhouse. Bella Tawasha, Kappa Delta. Ashley Salmon, Omega Phi Alpha. Colton McGlone, Phi Delta Theta. Wood Brown, Pi Kappa Alpha. Kayla Ditto, Phi Mu. Christine Scheid, Sigma Alpha. Miles Mitchell, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. And Stephen Mayer, Sigma Phi Epsilon. The sorority recipient of this award held the office of Vice President of Member Development and Chapter President within her sorority, served as President of Omicron Delta Kappa, serves as an honors topper, and has worked countless hours as a media relations assistant for the WKU Athletic Department. In the essay, the WKU Athletics Director of Marketing and WKU Greek alumna Olivia Higgins noted, "She is completely unstoppable. Not only is she the perfect representation of Hilltopper spirit, but she is the most incredible female representation in our industry." The essay writer concludes, "She constantly works to help others reach success. During my time on the Hill, I have not met someone who so genuinely cares to serve the people of this community." The sorority recipient of the Charlie Pride Spirit Award is Dana Brown of Alpha Delta Pi. The fraternity recipient of the Charlie Pride Spirit Award served his chapter as academic chairman, helped grow his chapter's Balanced Man Scholarship, studied abroad where he served as a resident assistant, served a medical mission trip to Kenya, and most notably served as the SGA president during the prior school year. His chapter noted, he has taken time to personally mentor many new members and actives in the chapter. This was done by taking the time to listen to each of our stories and actively searching for a way that he could help us achieve our goals. He has inspired us to get involved and stay involved. I can think of no better candidate for the Charlie Pride Spirit Award. The fraternity recipient of the Charlie Pride Spirit Award is Stephen Mayer of Sigma Phi Epsilon. Congratulations to Dana Brown and Stephen Mayer for being this year's Charlie Pride Spirit Award winners. We will now move on to the Greek Woman and Greek Man of the Year. The Greek Woman and Greek Man of the Year is decided by one's involvement in chapter leadership, Greek-wide leadership, campus involvement, and scholarship. Before announcing this year's winners, I would like to recognize all those nominated by their respective chapters. Our women's nominees in chapter affiliation are in alphabetical order: Sabrina Adams, Delta Zeta; Dana Brown, Alpha Delta Pi; Natalie Bodenbender, Alpha Gamma Delta; JC Coombs, Chi Omega; Riley Cordell, Omega Phi Alpha; Kayla Ditto, Phi Mu; Morgan Holt, Alpha Delta Pi; Miguel Howard, Omega Phi Alpha; Riley Jones, Kappa Delta; Sarah Jones, Alpha Gamma Delta; Aubrey Kelly, Kappa Delta; Laura King, Kappa Delta; Mackenzie Moore, Alpha Omicron Pi; Katrina Stark, Alpha Z Delta; and Claire Vonneker, Alpha Delta Pi. Our men's nominees and chapter affiliation are in alphabetical order: Isaiah Bigby, Phi Beta Sigma Fraternity Incorporated; Wood Brown, Pi Kappa Alpha; Colton McGlone, Phi Delta Theta; Noah Moore, Sigma Phi Epsilon; Connor Roberts, Sigma Alpha Epsilon. There was a tie this year for the Greek Woman of the Year. Our first recipient of the Greek Woman of the Year served as treasurer of her sorority, treasurer of Panhellenic Council, and treasurer of Order of Omega. See a trend? This recipient graduated from all 4 phases of the Dynamic Leadership Institute, served as a Spirit Master, and is a WKU Leadership graduate, and served as president of Club Tennis for 3 years. She is the first undergraduate student to be accepted into the Educational Administration Walker cohort for the Principal Preparation Program. This program has traditionally been limited to teachers working on their rank 1. Sorority sisters of our first recipient noted, she is a selfless leader who understands and lives by her values. Her passion for her sorority, Greek life, WKU, and others is evident through her ability to give 110% to whatever she works towards. Our first recipient for the Greek Woman of the Year goes to Kayla Ditto of Phi Mu. Our second recipient for the Greek Woman of the Year has served multiple executive offices within her sorority, notably as her chapter's vice president and vice president of communication. She served as president of Order of Omega, has been on the Greek Week committee for 2 years, serving as the overall female Greek Week chair this year, completed all 4 phases of the Dynamic Leadership Institute, and served as a student alumni ambassador for 3 years. Sorority sisters of our second recipient noted, she is the prime example of what it means to be a Panhellenic woman and leader on WKU's campus. Her passion for WKU and helping others is infectious. I cannot think of a more caring, positive, and hardworking woman. Our second recipient of the Greek Woman of the Year goes to Kinsey Moore of Alpha Omicron Pi. Congrats to Kayla Ditto and Kinsey Moore for being this year's Greek Woman of the Year winners. We will now move on to the Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year. Like the Greek Woman of the Year, there is a tie for the Greek Man of the Year. Our first recipient of the Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year served as new member educator, vice president, and chapter president of his fraternity. Within the Interfraternity Council, he served as VP of Judicial Affairs and as IFC president. He is a 3-year Greek Week chair, 2-year executive board member of Midnight on the Hill, and served as a student alumni ambassador. Members within his fraternity noted, he has done it all. He has been an incredible example of being a student leader and, more importantly, a man of tremendous passion. Our fraternity, the WKU Greek system, and university are better through his presence. Our first recipient of the Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year is Wood Brown of Pi Kappa Alpha. Our second recipient of the Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year served as new member educator, community service chair, and chapter president for his fraternity. He is a 3-year Greek Week chair, serving as this year's overall male Greek Week chair, and served as a 2-year Rho Alpha. Our second recipient was a 2-year Midnight on the Hill executive director and 2-year Student United Way executive director. He is a leadership graduate and finished all 4 phases of the Dynamic Leadership Institute. Members within his fraternity noted, he has King Midas's touch. Everything he gets involved with gets better. From doubling the dollars fundraised for Midnight on the Hill to preparing a Greek leadership symposium that focused on topics entering the real world, he has been a positive change agent. He is the embodiment of leading by example. Our second recipient of the Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year is Colton McGlone of Phi Delta Theta. Congratulations to Wood Brown and Colton McGlone for being this year's Randall H. Capps Greek Man of the Year. We will now move on to the Most Improved Chapters. The Most Improved Chapter Award goes to organizations that have made a commitment to improvement in all aspects of chapter life, including membership, scholarship, philanthropic service, and many other aspects of their chapter. Our Most Improved sorority demonstrated positive improvement by hosting numerous sisterhoods with other sororities, made mental health and awareness a key point by creating a mental health check-in form, and by creating a new initiative by connecting alumni with chapter members through an Alum Moms program. This chapter demonstrated resiliency through COVID-19 by creating small group check-ins and even hosted a licensed therapist where members could discuss any challenges in a safe space. This year's Most Improved sorority goes to the ladies of Delta Zeta. Our Most Improved fraternity made great improvements by having a new member retention rate of 90%, improving academics by almost 0.4 of a GPA point, and ranking first for dollars raised by fraternities for Midnight on the Hill. This chapter improved campus involvement by having 14 people involved on executive councils. Within the Chapter Achievement Awards, the chapter went from winning 0 Chapter Achievement Awards last year to winning 7 Chapter Achievement Awards this year. This year's Most Improved fraternity goes to the gentlemen of Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Congratulations to this year's Most Improved chapters, Delta Zeta and Sigma Alpha Epsilon. Our next award and highest sorority award is the Karen Tao Sisterhood Award. The Karen Tao Sisterhood Award is given annually to the sorority that demonstrates sisterly love and effectiveness in all aspects of the chapter. This year's recipient discussed an academic excellence star as a way to recognize sisters academically, created a way to combat COVID-19 by creating a social media page focused on mental health, created a pen pal system between chapter alumni and chapter members, and discussed the sisterhood formed through their annual cathartic scream, where they, and I quote, "scream out the emotions brought by the difficulty of the semester. We scream until we laugh until we cry. This event reminds us that our sisterhood is not made of perfect people. When we struggle together, and our love and support for each other makes the stressful times a little easier." It concludes, "We take out passions and amplify them through the support and courage of the army of women around us. These are what is precious and what is permanent, and we go confidently knowing that these are the things that will always be the same." The winner of the 2020 Karen Tao Sisterhood Award goes to the ladies of Kappa Delta. The final award of this evening is the Reed Morgan Award. For the past 50 years, the Reed Morgan Award has been awarded to the fraternity that has demonstrated true excellence through facets of chapter life, philanthropy, scholarship, campus involvement, Greek involvement, and much more. This year, we had to go to a second tiebreaker in deciding the Reed Morgan Award between three chapters: Phi Delta Theta, Phi Gamma Delta, and Sigma Alpha Epsilon. The winner of the 2020 Reed Morgan Award goes to the gentleman of Phi Gamma Delta. Congratulations to all of our individual award winners and chapter award winners. I appreciate all that you have done for the Greek community and look forward to continued success. This concludes the 2020 virtual convocation video. Thank you all. Best to everyone on finals, and go Tops.